Hello and welcome to all of you September babies. I'm Dr. Karen and I'm about to do a colour analysis for you for March 2026. I certainly hope that February turned out for you in a way that you would have expected, and that if you use the colours from your missing colours list, that it might even have turned out far better than you would otherwise have imagined. Now, this month, I've decided to use an oracle deck from the runes. Now, this is a very interesting little deck. There aren't very many cards in it, but they certainly have a lot to say, and let's see whether their input will help guide you along your way through March 2026. So let's get started, shall we? Now, for those of you who watched my readings in February, you may have noticed that I'm no longer using cards. I can't shuffle them anyway. So instead, what I've gone for is a whole range of coloured circles. These give us the same information. They're a bit noisier, and I think they're a lot more fun. So let's get started. Well, now, September people, let's now see what the runes can offer us in the way of additional information or advice regarding your colour reading. And now I need 4 colour circles to give me an idea of what is going to happen to people born in September for their month of March. Okay, I have 1, 2, 3, and 4. What does that give us? Well, we start with pink on brown. We go to pink on yellow. We have brown on orange. And we end up with black on green as the underlying energy. All right. Pink on brown. Brown internally means a need for getting some sort of goal, aspiration, some sort of practical energy working. But in the real world, you don't have any energy. You have exhausted yourself from probably trying too hard to do too many things, to learn too many new skills, to practice too many new arts. And as a result of that, you're finding yourself in a situation of vulnerability that creates a case of wishing and hoping and thinking and praying and actually getting very little achieved. Alongside that, we also have pink over yellow. And the yellow internally has to do with stress. It has to do with anxiety, with fears. You are finding yourself fretting over the fact that there is no energy, that nothing new seems to be coming your way. You don't seem to be able to take charge or responsibility or even have the energy to fight for anything that will help you overcome these fears, these anxieties that tend to suggest that you're actually not going anywhere very fast. You want to be happy. You want to be able to relax and feel loved and looked after and all that sort of stuff that comes with everything in its place, everything situated nicely for you. But the trouble is that this is also part of your need to get a few things done for yourself. And how do you do that when there's no energy left? Now, energy can be physical energy, can also be environmental energy. In other words, are you able to have the resources that are necessary for you to engage with the things that you want to accomplish, but are afraid to attempt? Now, coming into the future, we have brown over orange. Orange internally is a reaction to crisis, a need to find the confidence to get up and to survive whatever the issue is. In the real world, you've actually found yourself with a particular skill that you can manage to work towards. You have a goal that has been set. You have the wherewithal to attain that goal. You know what to do. You have the skills. But inside yourself, you're lacking the confidence to get out there and fight for that particular opportunity. And the reason for that comes from what it is that you bring into the month with you. If you're feeling vulnerable, if you're feeling as though you don't have any energy anyway, when an opportunity is there for you to expend energy, you are not only afraid of doing so, but also you lack the confidence that you'll be able to carry it out in any way that will enable you to succeed. But underlying all of this, we have black over green. Green internally is a seeking of opportunities. You want a new start. You want to get away from what was in the past. You want to be able to grab the opportunities as they arise. But in the real world, they've been very, very few and far between. You're finding yourself instead having to hide away, to isolate yourself, to try and deal with the fact that you are slowly becoming depressed. You don't feel as though you're going to attain anything. And part of that is because of this lack of energy that you're bringing with you into the month. But the underlying energy is saying you need that time out. You need to, in the real world, spend time inside your head to figure out exactly what sort of opportunities you want, what sort of changes you need to make to yourself in order to head off in a new direction. Let's have a look at the colours that are missing to see what might aid you along that journey. You have black. There's no white. There's no red, but you do have yellow and green. There's no blue. You have brown. You have orange. There's no grey. There's no purple. But you do have pink, but there's no cyan. Now, these colours are the ones that you are dealing with throughout the month. Black, yellow, green, brown, orange, and pink. And they are your repertoire of skills that you'll be using in order to negotiate that month. What you won't be using and what is available to you if you choose to do so are white, red, blue, grey, purple, and cyan. These colours represent the skills that you could tap into if you choose to do so. So choosing from amongst those 6 colours, the one that is most appealing and then the one that is least appealing, will help you to increase this repertoire here so that when you are dealing with this depression about lack of opportunities and a lack of courage to enable you to take on a new, possibly exciting role, then you'll be able to overcome those issues and move forward. So what do they mean? Well, white is a flash of inspiration. It's suddenly finding yourself not only out of your depth, but in a totally novel experience that will allow you to learn something that you've never experienced before. Red is about taking a risk. It's about being in charge of yourself, deciding that, yep, that's for me, I'm going to get that. It's desire, but it's also potentially very risky because red always says stop and reconsider rather than just simply jump in and do whatever you want to. Blue is all about duty and responsibility. What is it that you have to do? What is it that you are signed up to continue with? What nurturing are you doing of yourself and those around you? What are your responsibilities? How do you deal with them? Grey is about uncertainty, confusion, and trying to find a middle road. Are you able to find what it is that you are looking for rather than be constantly running from one extreme to the other? Purple is about being able to not only have fun, because it's red and blue energy combined, but it also has to do with creation and destruction. In order to create something new, you have to get rid of what was. And are you able to do that? And finally, we have here Cyan. Cyan is peace, harmony, comfort, but it's also asking you to keep still, stop, to be calm, to allow yourself to simply relax and stop stressing out. This this pink and yellow combination here is all about stressing out. Cyan is an antidote to that. So, which of those combinations would you choose for your treatment for the month? Let's have a look at the reading card and see what it has to say. Okay, what do we have here? We have, I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce that. This displays restriction, resistance, leading to serendipity, innovation, a need for fire, self-reliance, distress, confusion, conflict, and the power of the will to overcome them. Interesting, because the power of the will is hidden in black. All of these other issues that are mentioned in this particular card occur in these three combinations: the pink brown, pink yellow, and brown orange. But it's the green, the ability to dip into your own inner strength to overcome whatever issue hits you. That is the key here. And one of these colours will help, and another one will go. So choose whichever are the most least appealing and see where that will lead you. You'll notice that today's readings have been rather short, and that's because while these are being uploaded, I'm on my way on a 2-day trip, 4 days round trip, with an additional day down there to go and see the traditional Chinese dances. I've been waiting for this for a couple of years. Last year, it was a cyclone that prevented us from going. This year, I'm definitely going to get there. So, while I'm going to be enjoying that, I hope you enjoy the reading. And if you did enjoy it, please give it a like, or maybe even comment. It always comes in handy for the algorithm. If you're new here and a bit confused, I'll leave a couple of cards at the end to give you some idea of what it is I'm doing and why I'm doing it. Until I see you again, this time for April's reading, may the colours of your life lead you exactly where you need